this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. We are here for another one of our Tidy Fridays, and this is the first one for 2021, so super exciting. I'm going to tackle some of these baskets and things. So this is on my shelf that we've sorted some of our books and things like that on here. And I'm going to come up to here and I'm going to sort out all my paints and things like that, because I'm pretty sure that some of these are dried up and they probably need throwing and things like that. So I'm going to just kind of clear this particular shelf. I'm going to take it across to my desk because otherwise I haven't really got anywhere to kind of sort it. And we'll have a look through and hopefully get this shelf looking a bit better organised. Okay, so I brought all the stuff across to my desk and it's all piled up here now. Obviously that's my regular pile at the back there, but this is all the stuff from the shelf. So I'm just going to gradually go through everything that was on that shelf and hopefully kind of either, you know, get rid of things or, you know, tidy it up and put it somewhere else. So just going to clip the camera up and I will probably put all the stuff onto my chair and then bring it up onto the table one thing at a time. Okay, so first up, I just had all these book pages and I obviously had torn these out kind of, you know, meaning to use these for, I mean, actually I maybe had intended on using some of these, you know, as backgrounds and things like that, because I mean, there's some kind of like vintagey looking scripty writing and things like that. I don't know really whether I ever will use this or not. So I'm going to just put this on my craft trolley where I've got some of my papers, you know, my book pages, and then I can kind of decide, because I could use these as little collage masterboards and things like that. I might decide not to use them at all, but they can just go straight on there. That gets them off the shelf. I had some wide ribbon here, so that can just go back onto the shelf because of course it's quite neat and tidy. Then I've got this box. Oh my goodness, what a bunch of, well, variety of things really. Let's have a look. So I mean, this is obviously all things from my kind of card making and scrapbooking days. Oh my goodness, look, I don't even dare tip this out, to be honest, because it's so full of stuff. Right, I think a lot of this can just be straight away binned because I'm not going to kind of use it anymore. So I'm going to put a pile here for all the things to bin. But I mean, here for instance, I've got a brand new baker's twine, so that can go straight behind me in my drawer where I keep all my baker's twine. So that's already in there. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, teeny scraps. I mean, you know, again, I have this tendency to just keep these tiny little pieces. I mean, oh, seriously, I have to get rid of these because, you know, this is now verging on the ridiculous. Oh, a cute yellow button. That can go straight into my buttons. Right, so these flowers, I mean, I absolutely love that. It's super, super cute, but I probably wouldn't use that in a journal, but my daughter would love that. It's kind of foamy, so it's got a really nice texture to it. So I'm going to just put that in a little pile for her. This, I was obviously just playing around with some ribbons, trying to make some kind of fun flowery things. I'm just going to bin it because I need to bin some of these things. These are obviously some punched out die cut felt flowers, so I'm going to put those again for my daughter. So again, I mean, I've just got all sorts of things in here. I've obviously just bunged a load of stuff in here. You know, I'm going to put all the things that my daughter would quite like there. Okay, so another little flower there. I've got a little tiny gemstone, so I'll put that in there with my little gems and things in my organiser on my desk. Little flower there. Oops, I've got a few of these and I love these flowers, I have to say. I only ever saw these once, but they're so, so pretty, aren't they? So I've only got a few left of those. Although actually when I go through this pot, it's probably full of them because I've probably actually hoarded them and I've got more than I think. So let's see. Star, my daughter would like that. Oh, I've got some brooches here that I can definitely use in journals. So I will keep those. I've got a section behind my desk of like metal-y type things. Oh, more of that same jewellery, so that can go in there. I've obviously done a massive kind of tidy up at some point and, you know, didn't know what to do with all this stuff. So just kind of thought, oh, I'm going to just put it all in here. Okay. So I'm going to keep these little bits for my daughter. She would enjoy using those. Okay, I have a big flower there. I could use that probably in a journal, so I put that to go with my flowers. She would like that. Oh, a little tag there that I've kind of started off making. Didn't really get on finishing it. I'll put that there for her. She would quite like that. a whole abundance of things. I mean, really, I should probably just go through all of this. Now, this is one of these pointy flowers, and I have to say, last time that I worked with these, when I did my layering up flowers the other day, I had a couple of comments that I thought, oh, what sensible ideas. The first one was to try rounding the petals. When I don't like these pointy petals, try rounding them, and then maybe I would like the flower. But the other comment that just made perfect sense was just, you know, if I don't like them, why don't I just get rid of them? Because, I mean, seriously, I'm not going to suddenly like this. So I'm going to put this on the pile for my daughter. I mean, it feels kind of wasteful, but to be honest, I've bought this in a pack, and obviously I have used the rest of the pack. So it's not really kind of too wasteful, because I have, of course, you know, used the other things that were in the pack. So just chucking some bits there for her. Oh, again, another one of those lovely foam flowers. Oh, it's another button there. It's just disappeared into the mess that is my desk. Another big flower. Okay. Oh, more of that lovely ribbon that I again tried to make some flowers from. They're too bulky, you know, these to use on a journal, so I probably wouldn't use them. So I'm just going to clear this straight off into the bin every so often. When the pile starts getting a little bit, you know, a little bit big, I'll just put it straight into the bin. And of course, we are in lockdown now, so, you know, the schools aren't open or anything for me to take things to the schools. So, you know, there's no point hanging on to things. I've got a stamped selection on my organiser on my desk. Another big flower. Okay. Honestly, I mean, this is probably just painful to watch. She'd probably quite like that, so I'll just put that there. Yeah, very painful to watch, I would imagine, to be honest. You probably all just think, why don't you just bin that entire box? But I mean, of course I can't, because, you know, already we've found these little goodies, you know, that are great. I mean, look at that nice lovely lace. So again, you know, I'm going to put that in my little bag beside my desk. Got a bow, just put that in my organiser in the middle. Another star for my daughter. Oops, helicopter, I don't think she'll use that. Or the plain. Gorgeous flower. Look at that. It's got kind of gold, what's the word? Embossing on it. So I'm going to just keep that in my organiser. Again, another one of those pointy flowers. So I've obviously never liked those. The fact that it's in here. So that's going to go there. That for my daughter. That there, that there. Oh, she will love that. Absolutely love that. Shame I hadn't found that earlier in the week, because they would have looked awesome on her birthday card. These are some little resin flowers that I had bought, a really long time ago. They're kind of the types of things, I mean, they may even be, I don't know. I thought they were resin. They might even be kind of clay, I'm not sure. But they're the type of thing that would have gone on, you know, like when you used to get those kind of china, I don't know, like a vase or something, and it would have all the flowers kind of stuck on. They're like those. I bought a load because they were really cheap. I've used them a couple of times on kind of covers of mini albums and things, but yeah, I've kind of struggled to use them, to be honest. But they are still, you know, I do still really like them, so I'll have to give it some thought. More buttons. Okay. And more little bits that she can obviously have. Oh, some of this corrugated stuff. I mean, some of these things, honestly, I know that, you know, some people probably would be saying, oh, keep them. I need to get rid of them, you know, some of these things, because it just comes to the point where it's, you know, you've got too much clutter. And, you know, if you're not really going to be using things because you've got things that you prefer, you know, like somebody said in a comment, I mean, there's no point forcing yourself to use things that you don't like when you've got all these wonderful supplies that you do like. So, you know, again, I mean, I love these Tim Holtz rosettes, but not necessarily in these papers. So, again, just going to kind of get rid of those, and star there for my daughter. Okay, what have I got here? More flowers. Oh, look, one of those Hawaiian flowers that didn't make it to the dyeing process. So, oops, a button there that I've even glued onto this. Another felt flower that my daughter would probably really like. Wonder if I can peel that off. I mean, that's how ridiculous it's become. I'm peeling off a button off of something to be able to use it. But that's a very usable button, isn't it, in brown? So of course I didn't want to bin that. Another button there. Look at these gorgeous flowers. Again, I've had these in my stash for years and years. They're velvet. They're so pretty, aren't they? So of course I, don't want to kind of use them. Right, I've got some brads here, which again, they can go in my brads thingamajiggy. Another flower. I've got some of those, where you thread kind of ribbon through. Okay. Oh, my daughter loves hearts. So yeah, I'll just pull out that flower and that heart for her. Right, let's put this stuff in the bin, because again, the pile's getting a little bit big. Okay, right, okay, and I dropped a flower on the floor. Right, so I'm just going to pull in my brads jar. And just empty all these into the jar. There we go, oops. Okay, so I'll put those up on my shelf above my desk. Right, so let's have a look through, because there is more in here, would you believe? I mean, for such a little tiny pot, it was quite amazing how much stuff managed to fit in here, to be honest. Right, so lots of things in here that are just, a bit rubbishy, really. But she would like these things. So I'm just going to put them there for her. So she can use them then. I kind of made her a very, very basic kind of journal. And, just using some of my old papers that I'm not really likely to use. And, yeah, she can just kind of glue these bits in randomly in there. So I won't bother with those fish, because they're not really the best, are they? Another one of those little flowers. Oops, and another heart. Oh, and another one. Oh, and another flower. So she will like, she will like all of those things. So spin this stuff. Okay. My goodness, there's still more stuff in this pot, would you believe? I might be coming to the bottom now, and it may be that the bottom is just filled with, foam shapes. Maybe that's kind of where the pot started. Again, that button, I wouldn't probably use that, to be honest. So I'm going to just give that to her. So I'm going to pull out any of the little flowers. Again, I mean, she doesn't really need all these fish. She won't use those. Okay. So I'm just going to take out all of those fish type shapes that she's not really likely to use. Otherwise, of course, what happens is it moves out of my area and into her area, which then, of course, ends up overspilling into my area anyway. So it may as well have stayed in my area. So I have to be a little bit strong and get rid of some of these things. So again, some more lovely buttons. Just put those in my button section. Okay. Okie dokie. And she might just like that cupcake. Okay, so what I could do with is just having a little packet or something to put all these things in. So let me just grab an envelope. Okay, I'll just put all of those things into this envelope for her. And she'll feel, excited, because she'll just come along and there'll be tons of new things for her in the envelope. So, and what I should do is probably, make a mission to only have as full as this envelope, So if I find other things during this video, if the envelope's full, they can't go in. That would probably be the best idea to keep it under control, wouldn't it? So there we go. Right, that's her envelope. I'm just going to put that to the side. Right. There's still more stuff in this tub, would you believe? I mean, obviously, it's not really kind of making a mess or anything, keeping the tub. But the difference is I could be using the tub, of course, for things that, would be more useful. So, again, I've got lots of fish. And, I mean, she would like the moon. She'd like the heart. She'd probably quite like the flowers. Another one there. Right, she probably wouldn't like the feet. So I should get rid of the feet. She'd probably like the dolphin. Not the fish. Not the foot. Not the hand. She'd like the hearts. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, do I dare just kind of... Do I dare just bin this whole container. Let me just go back through, get out anything that I think, or, you know, could salvage that. So there's some buttons kind of dropped to the bottom. So let me pull out any buttons and flowers and things like that. So I've got another little leaf of a flower. And then I'm just going to be really strong, and I'm going to just empty the rest into the bin. I know. It's, the thing is, it just seems so wasteful, doesn't it? And you think, oh no, can't bin that stuff, you know. But it does come to the point where you just think, well, if I'm not going to use it, it's just pointless keeping it, you know. Must just kind of, you know, streamline a little bit and get rid of things that we're not going to be using. So trying to be much stronger with my getting rid of things. Right, okay, let's just quickly go through this. Oh, she would like that. Yeah, she would like that. Another little flower. Oh, and another one. Oh my goodness, now I've suddenly found loads of flowers that she would like. There's a little red heart. She would like that. Oh, she'd like that flower. Honestly, I mean, so much for literally 2 seconds ago I was saying, oh, I'm going to be strong. She'd love that butterfly. Going to be strong, and look, 2 seconds later, here I am just, again, pulling a billion things out that I can't bring myself to part with. Right, that's all going in the bin. Oh, no, not that rosebud. I just spotted it at the last minute there. Okay, I'm thinking we're going to have to do another flower layering session because, again, you know, I'm going to have kind of overflowing flower situation on my desk again. Oh, thank you so much to all those lovely comments, by the way. I mean, I just so agree with, you know, all those lovely people who said, you know, this scraps thing and the, you know, flowers and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, the thing is, if you don't keep on top of these types of things, they do just honestly build up and kind of end up taking over your entire space, don't they? So it's like a constant battle, I think, for, you know, for us crafters really, to just try and, I don't know, keep on top of it somehow. But I mean, I don't claim to have the solution, but I guess an awareness of it is the first stage, isn't it? Because then at least, you know, every few, I don't know, weeks or days, you know, you kind of think, oh, I must do some more clearing, or I must use some more of those bits or something. Whereas if you kind of just ignore it, before you know it, the whole area is just kind of swamped and taken over with just stuff everywhere. Well, that's my experience anyway. And, you know, by reading, obviously, all of your lovely comments, it would seem I'm not alone. I think lots of us are like that. Oh, she might like that little bus. Put that in there. Yeah, I'm not alone. I think kind of there's lots of us out there who are, you know, struggling with the same problem. So, right. Okay, we get into the bottom of the tub now. And like I say, I mean, it's not that obviously this stuff was kind of, you know, messy, because it was just away in the tub. It wasn't really affecting me. But the tub could definitely be being used, you know, for something else. So, you know, by just freeing up the tub, I can then obviously hopefully make use of it for something else. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure it will come in handy having it clear. So just again, just put in a couple of those bits there for her. Okay, bin those bits, and I'm just going to be very good and get rid of these. Just keep those buttons. I love a red button for some reason. Red buttons are just, they're just lovely, aren't they? Okay, right, let's get rid of this. Okay, I'm just dropping stuff on the floor by accident when I'm putting it in the bin, I have to say. Yeah, so I wasn't quite as ruthless as literally tipping this whole tub into the bin. I did want to be, but it just didn't pan out like that. I just couldn't bring myself to do it, really, when it came down to it. So I don't like these yellow buttons, to be honest, and I'm going to just get rid of them. Okay. Now, I have to say, I did actually, a few weeks ago, I did dye a lot of my buttons. You know, buttons that I've had for a long time that, you know, weren't really colours that I was going to be using. And I just dyed them, and I used patina the patina paint stuff with brilliant results. So I must share those with you and, you know, show you how they turned out, because they've gone from, you know, completely unusable to absolutely brilliant buttons now, you know, very usable pieces. So again, I'm just going to pull these gems out because she loves using gems, of course. I'll just put those in her little tub there, and that one there. Okay, right, that stuff can go. Okay, and then, oh wow, look, the last bits from the tub. Woo! Okay, so I have an empty tub now. As I say, I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for, but you know, once I get a bit more organised, I might decide to use this for specifically, say, doilies or appliques or, you know, something like that, to be honest. So just because I haven't really thought of a use yet, I will, you know, will keep thinking, and then eventually I will come up with the right solution for what to actually store in there. So let's just get rid of these little gems. Okay, right. Okay, more gems there that she can obviously have in her pot. A couple of little pink flowers because she would like those. Oops, yellow button, she might like that. Okay. Oops. Oh my goodness, look. Got loads of these bright buttons here. Oh, do I want any of this stuff? A flat back pearl. I always love a flat back pearl. What colour is that? No, don't want to keep that. Okay, a couple of purple buttons there. Some more of those kind of resiny flowers. I'll just pick those out. Okay, right, nearly done, nearly done. We're getting to the bottom of the tub. Well, I mean, the tub is empty, but you know, we're getting to the end now. So anything else, just take those yellow buttons. Well, I'm definitely doing okay for yellow buttons now. Definitely don't need any more yellow buttons. Oops, another flat back pearl there. So just catch that and put that to one side. Right, is that everything? I think it is. Okay, right, I'm going to just get rid of that stuff. I have got some little gems here, but to be honest, I'm just going to put those in the bin because otherwise I'm just going to be here all day. Right, she can have that yellow button. Okay, so let's then put that into the bin. Yay! Right, so I have a completely empty tub there. So that's really great. Put that on the floor behind me. Now, would you believe that was the first tub from that shelf? Oh my goodness, we're going to be here all day. So I'm going to put these in my drawers behind me because I've got a section there where I'm keeping little metal decorative elements for using, you know, in my journals and things. Now these flowers, I'm just going to put them all in that flower drawer in my plastic drawers that I used in week 1 for, you know, they're just there then ready to kind of make some flowers and things like that. So that's those. Right, what have I got here? I've got these couple of, or three of these tubs. Oh my goodness, look, more stuff here. Oh, that feels quite nice. So this obviously, again, I mean, I can't really remember even making this, but you know, it's just some felt and I've stamped on there and kind of gone around it with glitter and fabric paint and things. Again, she would love that. She will love that one. So, I mean, to be honest, she would love all of this stuff. So I have got these little tickets here. I don't know where these came from, but how cute are those? So I'm going to put those in with my stash because maybe I would use those. Right, the rest of this, yeah, pretty much the rest of this she can have, I think. Yeah, okay, so she can have all of that. Obviously, it's in that tub at the moment, so I'm just going to kind of give it to her in the tub for the moment. So I'll just put that to one side. I mean, to be honest, she flies through things, so she probably won't really have it for that long and it will all be gone. Oh my goodness, look, another tub here of gems and buttons and what have you. So I don't want to kind of just bore everyone to tears, so I'm just going to leave that tub because it's, you know, it's in there, it's not kind of causing me any pain being in there. let's have a look and see what... Oh my goodness, look, more buttons. These are not vintage buttons. These are, you know, modern day buttons that I've obviously bought over the time. Oh look, these ones that I've not even used. Aren't they lovely? There's some sort of gingham ones and spotty ones, shaped flower type ones. So super cute. So obviously they're fine, they're tidy anyway, so they can go back on the shelf. Right, then I've got a couple of books and things. I've got this foam, which I don't know why I've kept that, to be honest, but yeah, I should get rid of that now. Again, it's one of those things that I'll get rid of and then someone's going to say, you know, brilliant use for that. These flowers I had bought years and years and years ago, and I mean like, I don't know, 10 or 12 years ago. And obviously I've hoarded them. They came in a pack, and my friend actually, she got into crafting for a very brief time. And she went mad buying loads of stuff, and I think she quite liked the shopping channels, and they had an offer on these, so she bought sort of a pack for her, and we, you know, she bought 2 packs basically. They were on a kind of buy one get one half price or whatever, so we went halves and got them, but they were in different colours, and these are the only 2 I've got left. So again, I will probably continue to hoard those. Now where I hoard them, I'm not quite sure. Well, I may pin these over on my notice board actually to get them off of the shelf. So I've got more books here. I mean, never-ending supply of books. So they can go on the shelf below with the books. Oh, this is another one of those, you know, where you make the box kind of thing from a book. So obviously I need to do that. So again, that can go on the shelf below. Oh, this, I've got some thesaurus pages. So again, you know, it's kind of half used. I might as well tear out a chunk to keep on my craft cart, because it's always quite nice to have different texty pages to use in things. So I'll just keep those for using for kind of backing stuff and what have you. So again, the rest of the book can go on the shelf below. Okay, so I've got some chipboard embellishments here. Again, these were from my scrapbooking days. I wouldn't use these in my journals, obviously. But my daughter, she would love these. I mean, she would think these are super cool, to be honest. So again, I'm just going to give these to her in her little envelope of stuff. And I'm going to take them out of the box and just put them all into her envelope, and then, you know, they're gone. I mean, I could alter the chipboards because I have done that with other chipboards. But to be honest, I've got a whole tub still of chipboard left to alter. So it comes again to the point where, you know, there's only so much you can kind of do before you have to give up, really. So this is a mathematics vintage book that I picked up somewhere in a bookstore somewhere. Again, I picked it up because I thought it had some really nice, interesting, obviously, you know, mathematical kind of pages, which I thought would be really nice as a different kind of look. So again, I'm going to just tear out a chunk to keep on my craft cart for something else to use. And then that shelf also can go back onto, that book also can go onto the shelf. So let me move these out the way because they may be casting a shadow and making it a bit difficult to see the desk. Right, okay, so we are now down to what I was actually going for, and strangely enough, oh gosh, my daughter's envelope's overflowing and just constantly dropping over, so I'll just get this out of the way. Yeah, strangely enough, I felt like that was all that was on that shelf was the paints, really, but it goes to show how much stuff can be kind of buried and wedged on, you know, in a small space, really, because who knew that I had all that other stuff on there. Right, let me get that out of the way, and then when she comes back upstairs, I can obviously tell her she's got a new box of stuff to play with. Okay, right, so this is my collection of paints and things, and I've actually got two of these boxes, or baskets, really. So I'm going to move them along, and I can then bring them both up. So let's just bring them both in. Now, as I say, I mean, you know, my paints and things, they're all probably really old. Got this texture paste again, it's really old. I probably could do with some new, but it's fine. Right, so let's go through. Oh, I mean, look, what a lead from like the TV. I don't even know if it's from the TV, to be honest. It might be from the boys' PlayStation because that's up here. Who knows? I don't know. Whether or not we need that, we probably don't, because we've got our cable drawer downstairs. And I mean, to be honest, clearly no one's been missing this. I'm going to just bin it. You know, there was a temptation to just take it back downstairs and put it in the cable drawer, but I thought, actually, nobody's missed that. It's been in here, obviously, for years, and no one's known. Okay, right, let's take all the paints out of this one first. So, get them all out. Oh, I have more cables in here. I've also got some stamps, kind of like birthday type stamps. Again, I'm probably not really likely to use these, to be honest, anymore. I may offer them to my daughter and see if she would like them, because she probably would quite like to play with those. And if not, then I'm going to start kind of, you know, getting rid of some of my old stamps and things. Another plug, who knows what that's to. Let's just bin it straight away. I've got this date stamp, which is absolutely awesome, but let me have a look. I think it only goes up to like 2007. So it's become a bit kind of useless, really. I mean, obviously you could just have the date but without the year or something like that. It's a shame, because yeah, I really liked this stamp a lot. I'm going to put that in with my other stamps just while I think whether I would like to, you know, use that at all in another way. Okay, right, this was for paint mixing. I'm going to get rid of that because a long time ago, and I haven't even used them yet, I bought these palettes. So I'm going to keep these in this paint box, and then they're all together with the paints. More stamps there, again, they can go. Right, Perfect Pearls. Perfect Pearls, I don't know what these are. Okay, well, something to play with, because I don't even know what these are. Let's have a look. I mean, obviously I have used one, but who knows what I used it for. I've obviously had these for years and years. Perfect Pearls are pearlescent pigment powders. Developed with a built-in resin. No extra binders to purchase or mix. Works best on dark papers. Use Perfect Pearl brushes to brush on dry, or simply add water to produce luminous paints and glazes. Embellish your favourite stamped images using Perfect Pearls with perfect medium. Okay, well, that's something for us to play with, I guess, you know, in weeks to come. So all of these acrylics, these are all quite new, because I actually only bought them, I think the year before. Yeah, I think 2019 it must have been, in a sale in our local Hobbycraft. So these I know are all absolutely fine, because they are all, you know, all new ones. So I just put all the new ones over. My gesso as well, I think I bought at the same time. So again, that can just kind of go straight over, because I know that's fine. It's not dried out. The same with this. Okay, right. So that's where we then come to what's still working, what's still got any paint in it, and what have you. So I'm going to put one of the, well, actually I'm going to put both the baskets on the floor behind me, and we'll just go through and kind of see, you know, what I've got left. And to be honest, well, I was going to say, if I've got kind of half empty bottles, what I might do is just pour them into one bottle and mix the colours up, because then, you know, I'm not going to have all these tons of different bottles. So this one's quite full, so I'll put all the ones that are reasonably full still over here. So they're all quite full. That one's quite empty, so I'm just going to put that there. That one's quite empty. That one's empty-ish. That one's empty-ish. That one's quite full. Quite full, but strangely, is it running out? Well, it's probably about half full, to be honest. So again, that's a kind of quite empty one. Quite empty. Oh, I've got lots of kind of half empty ones. Now these, I think, are fabric paint. Yep, fabric paint. So again, you know, I haven't really used them, to be honest. Right, I've got these dabbers, which I've had for like, oh gosh, again, about 15 years or something. So it's past its best. I don't really even know what you're supposed to do with these. I don't know whether that's ink or whether that's paint in there. or acrylic paint it does say. Let me just give it a shake and see whether that works. Then I've got this Crackle Paint, which again, I can remember using and not having much success. Whether I used it correctly is anybody's guess, to be honest. Right, so I'm going to put the ones that kind of need a bit of assistance over to one side. Fabric paints are going over here. What's this? Well, again, you know, they're beginning to run out, most of these. They're quite empty, actually. So I've only got a few that seem quite full. So, and I'm going to buy some more paints this year because I know that I did say, you know, I want to do a bit more kind of art journaling and that type of thing. So it's on my list of things to do. So therefore, you know, I'm going to buy some paints and that type of stuff. So I want to clear some space to be able to obviously put my new things when I buy them. Right, what's this? 3D dimensional paint. Again, I've not used this for years. I don't even know if it still would work. Oops, let's just see. Because although I wouldn't use this, my daughter would. She would love this. Although I'm thinking she would get it everywhere. Oh, let's see. It may have gone just really clogged up and not really work now. Okay. Well, I might need to play with that later and see if I can get it to work for her because I think she'd like that. Oh, I've got more glitter in here. Who knew that was there? Could have done with that at Christmas. No, I'm joking. It's the wrong colour, obviously. Oh, more little bits and pieces. Oh, some acrylic paint. Must be white. Okay, so that's there. What are these? Oh, glitters. Again, more glitter glue these are. That one's definitely, well, past its best. Ah, that's that other colour of that Perfect Pearls. So I should put that to the side. I'll have to YouTube those and see what you're supposed to do with those. More glitter. Isn't that pretty? So again, just putting the glitters over on my little tiny shelf with my glitters. So, okay, some more acrylic paint. So again, these little pots, which, you know, I can just bin these because I don't really, you know, I'm not going to use those. They're probably all dried up, whatever's in there anyway. Oh, some super fine green glitter. What a gorgeous colour that is. Okay, that can go on the shelf with the glitters again. Oh, that glitter glue. I mean, again, that's ugh, yuck, horrible. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to, you know, have all this rubbish in here, but I guess that's the purpose of going through here, isn't it? Right, so I've got just a couple of tubes here of some acrylic paints. I've got one little thing of some red glitter there. You know, not the best glitter, to be honest. I'll just put that in my drawer because it obviously won't stand on the shelf. And then I've just got some sponges. So this one's still unused, so I will keep that, but I will get rid of this one. Right, let's empty this out into the bin. Oh, I might just keep that teeny flower stamp because that might be nice in my art journal. So just going to put that over to the side. Right, going to empty this out into my carrier bag of the rubbish. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I think, first of all, I mean, I could do with a little hoover and just hoover this basket out because it's still got glitter and things in the bottom, but never mind. So all of these that are still quite full, I'm going to put straight into this basket, which I'd kind of moved off to the side, because these are all, you know, pretty fullish paints that can be just, you know, used straight away. So I'll put them all in there like that. Okay. Can I squish another one in? Yeah, just about. Okay, right. So that's pretty full now. I'm going to just put that back down behind me. Right, so that again, it's not going to come back to life, I think. So put that away. Right. What I'm going to do, I think, is mix up some of these colours so as I've not got all these kind of rubbishy half full bottles, because that's just, you know, crazy, isn't it? Don't need to have kind of tons of half filled bottles. So I'm just going to kind of try and mix anything that's similar-ish in colour. This might be easier said than done, to be honest. I might just decide this is too messy for words, but I might have to actually use something like a tool to somehow scrape it in and put it in. Let's just have a quick look. I'm just going to wipe around here. I was hoping it was a bit more pourable than it is. Obviously they're pretty old, so they're, you know, they're not that kind of thin. Let me just put the lid on, and I'm just going to give this a bit of a shake. And obviously I could add a little drop of water, which might just help this as well. So let's just... Okay, well that seems a little bit better. Am I the only person who does things like this with their nail varnish as well? When my nail varnish, you know, when it gets too low to, you know, produce a decent kind of painted effect, and it goes quite, you know, thin and bitty and weird, I just end up mixing up the colours, because I just think, you know, then at least it's usable. And sometimes you get wonderful colours, sometimes you get rubbish colours, but, you know, it's worth doing, isn't it? Right. So that's that one. That one's pretty empty now. So just put that one in the bin. Okay, have I got anything else that would kind of tone quite well with this? Not really. So I'm just going to then give that a really good shake. I might just add a drop of water. I mean, again, I'm no artist, and really seriously, you know, not great with all my artist materials. So I probably will get loads of people saying to me, oh, you mustn't do that, you know. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of think, well, I'm not really using them anyway whilst they're all kind of dried up and things anyway, so might as well mix them and see. So again, I've got obviously these kind of half filled pinks and things, so let's just again give these a shake, and I will just try and mix these in as well. It's just, you know, cutting down really on the bottles that I've got then laying around and storing, because I mean, I'd rather have just a few fuller bottles than all these half full bottles, you know. And then you can see the wood for the trees a little bit, can't you? I mean, obviously it's not going to be any good if you wanted to do a big, you know, big painting, and you know, make sure you've got the right shade, because you might not be able to match this colour up again. But, you know, for my purposes, it would only ever really be used in quite a small area anyway, so this is going to be fine. Okay, and actually I quite like, you know, the sort of mottled appearance, to be honest. So yeah, this is fine for me. Right, that's that one. Okay, oops, it's now running down the side, very messy. Okay, so again, you know, it's just feeling a bit more healthy now. And actually this one is much more runny, so it's kind of mixing up okay. It sounds, you know, pretty good, and, you know, looks pretty good already. So yeah, that one's quite good. Right, now the red, that's a bit of a shame, isn't it? But yeah, it's quite empty. Right, so again, I've got these couple, so again, this one might be just too dry to actually get anything out of, but this one I think is okay. So give that a quick shake. Okay. Oops. Oh my goodness, look. I mean, that one's just for the bin, isn't it? So, yep. Okay, right. So, I mean, the good thing is, you know, this is going to now be helpful for, you know, when I do go and buy some nice paints and things, I will know what colours to look for and things, and what I've already got. So the lilac, I haven't really got anything, you know, that I could mix it with. I mean, I could try and mix it with the blue or something, but I might just end up, you know, ruining both what's there. So I'm just going to put those into the basket as is, along with the rest. So I put those all in there. The orange, clearly, you know, not surprisingly, that's not the most popular, so it feels pretty full. So that's all in there. I've got my texture paste that can go into the basket as well. I'm going to just put these ones in like that. Sorry for the noise downstairs. My daughter's obviously telling my husband off for something. I don't know what. And then the fabric paints. Again, you know, I really haven't used them, but you know, you just don't know when there might be a school project or something like that, and I'll think, oh, wish I still had those fabric paints. So I'm just going to put those in there for the time being. My Crackle medium or Crackle paint, I need to kind of revisit that, because like I say, I didn't have much success when I tried it before, but who knows, I was probably doing something wrong. So I'm going to put that in here and put that on the list of things to revisit, and the same with these little perfect pearl things. YouTube those and check out what to do with those. Right, let's go over to the shelf and see how the shelf's looking now. Okay, so I gave the shelf a wipe down, obviously, you know, because it hadn't obviously seen a wipe for a long time. And these are my painting baskets now, so they're looking miles better, and I can see the width of the trees. I've got a completely empty container here, so that's awesome. You know, can use that kind of in the future. And then obviously I've just got these couple of containers to the, you know, to the back. So really good progress there. That shelf's looking really good. I mean, my other shelves, I have to say, are not looking so good still. Obviously we did kind of sort out the books. As you can see, it's already looking quite, you know, congested again. So I may have to do a bit of a revisit of that. But yeah, I'm very pleased with my progress here. So I hope that maybe it's inspired you to, you know, get on top of some of your, maybe, you know, maybe you've got some old paints and things like that as well knocking around. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And obviously if tidying is not really your thing, then just, you know, please join me on the other days where I do obviously lots of crafty things. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.